It's time to play the game. Time to play the game. Chat, we are on some shit today. Today we are making a mistake, okay? It's time to play the game, okay? I am making a massive mistake right now by streaming. I am raw dogging today. No ADHD meds. It is full camera brain on, okay? On, okay? I'm making a mistake, okay? So Idubbbz, old goat of YouTube. At one point, he was a goat. He was a goat. Yes, I shaved my face. Leave me alone. At one point he was a goat, but recently he's been falling off. He's been falling off for a few years. I tried to support him at Creator Clash 2, and he fumbled that pretty fucking bad. Then recently Ethan Klein has been back on the incline. Ethan Incline, okay? He's been making good content. He dropped a massive... Where's the button?
And do you know what else is massive?
Content nuke on Hassan Piker, and it was really good. We don't like Hassan in this chat, okay? We don't support terrorist sympathizers in this chat room, okay? If you like that, get out! Get out! I need that sound effect. Hey, Poogers, can you get me the get out sound effect real quick? YouTube link, get out. Get out! You know what I'm talking about? Can you get me that? Thank you. Yeah, so content nuke. We'll have to pull it up. We have a lot to pull up. And then we gotta go to Twitter. I have some bookmarks. Dude, I prepared for this stream too. I got a lot of stuff prepared. So I've seen some clips floating around. And yeah. Okay, so okay, let's just get into it. All right, without further ado, now listen, I'm kind of excited to watch this, even though I heard it's dog shit. I heard this content cop is really bad. The problem is, I used to love content cop growing up, chat. I used to love content cop, okay? I watched this stuff religiously growing up, like the content cup on Rice Gum, like
what we do here is go
the nostalgia. I used to love these. I always wanted to do one like this. Anyway, so he released a new one. The last time a content cop dropped, I was in middle school. Okay, I am now about to graduate college.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous.
So he did one on H3. By the way, these guys were best friends for 10 years. Okay?
Fucking thing in our defense, like actually Ela's not.
So for those who don't know, H3 was like getting harassed. People were calling CPS on him, and it was like family for calling out Hassan. And doing really bad faith things and like really trying to like ruin his life for calling out Hassan Piker. Like doing a lot of things. By the way, one big key that Idubbbz fell off is who gave him these fucking tattoos. Okay, it looks like he went to an elementary school and gave people a bunch of Sharpie. These are horrible. I hope whoever gave him these tattoos needs to be arrested. Okay, they've committed a crime.
Not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far.
By the way, can we look at the? I noticed this 190,000 dislikes. This might be this might be awful.
Such an insane.
Also, why did he get a buzz cut for this video? Is he a skinhead?
Harassment group. That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have.
What was bad about that clip? I don't know what was bad about that clip about Ethan. I think everything he said there was true. So far, if this is his motivation to start the content cop, this is looking really bad for Idubbbz. I'm sorry. However, I'm hoping this intro is fire.
What we do here is go back.
Yes! Okay, never mind. This isn't funny. This isn't funny. This isn't that funny. These are supposed to be the funny parts of the video. The intros, the skits, and shit. Okay, that's kind of fun. What? Huh? Go. That was the wasted intro. You could have had the full skit. Look at him running out of the log cabin. Okay, this video sucks. This video already sucks. Hassan! Is this a Hassan stream clip? Like, what's gonna happen? Why are you showing Hassan? This is not good. This is bad. This is the angle you're taking the terrorist sympathizers. Ian, what happened to you? Idubbbz! What happened to you? Honestly, this would have been better if he was just screaming the N-word.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Awesome broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in live, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because
he did.
The reality of the matter is,
did he?
It was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am.
Oh, I don't think he ever said that.
Vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally.
He didn't watch it at all. This has nothing to do with it.
Including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How?
I'm sure they are.
Wake up, Ethan.
Oh, it's fake. Damn it!
Ethan, wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan.
No.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Am I asleep? What? Am I in a fever dream right now? What is happening? What is happening? Idubbbz, what are you doing? This is not it.
To be awake, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
No! Denims? This stupid bitch, you brought her on too? The titty streamer? The one that literally encouraged people to harass Ethan and call CPS on his kids? And to say that he's like a horrible father? Don't tell me they got Frogan in here. Don't tell me they brought him the baby hippo.
This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Yeah, she is.
Wake up, Ethan.
No! 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 They have her here too! No! 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 She's here too! Oh no! Idubbbz, no! You're not, this is not your angle. Oh, why did you bring in Frogan? Can we get the clip of her saying she wishes all soldiers get PTSD? Can we get the clip of her saying all soldiers deserve PTSD, please?
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Who even are you?
Zins, anyone?
Okay, that was funny. Zins?
Wake up.
Wake up.
Hold on. Can we get the clip of her saying she wants shoulders to get PTSD? She's so irrelevant that when I search up her name, like nothing comes up.
I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no.
Look at her. Stuff in her face.
I do the ones I do. I don't acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. So the U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
That's your angle, dude? Really?
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react
Notice how the fat one can't even do the dance right.
content yet, chat.
I'm the same. Nobody's telling you to wake up, Ethan. Ooh, yummy. I love Sabra hummus. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Ethan.
Isn't that her literally making fun of like the racist tier list that she did on TwitchCon?
Ethan. Wake up.
Mr. Beast! Alright, this shit fucking sucks. Sorry. I've already hit you with a dislike on that. By the end of this, we're deciding if I'm unsubscribing from Idubbbz.
All right. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3.
Ugh.
It sounds very
No.
stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, Idubbbz. Ethan,
Nah, I'm still
still out of
subbed.
control. And then you should do a content cop on.
So why are you making fun of British? Okay, listen, the reason he deleted all of his content cops is because he feels bad for criticizing or morally grandstanding and whatnot. And like, which is stupid, which is so stupid, by the way. All of his other content cops were great. Like he had no reason to delete them, but anyways, the point is, if he morally grandstands in this video, is this gonna trick me into watching another fucking video about Israel-Palestine?
Hassan Piker, content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot.
You have lost the plot. I'm pretty sure the second that you got those tattoos and thought, oh, this looks good, I'm gonna get more. Those Sharpie crayon looking fucking tattoos, that's when you lost the plot, dude.
It turns out it's not me losing the plot.
Why do you have a gold tooth?
It's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
I'm sorry, the second he uploaded this video, I gotta find the video. And he didn't have bad videos, like, he was starting to feel like he was coming back. Like, this video about abortion rights wasn't that bad. But he's turning into a bread tuber. The second he made this video, I knew he was losing the plot.
Probably not that important that this video stays online because, truthfully...
Just look at him.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years.
And by the way, during, like, Idubbbz' like, crash out, H3 stood by him. And I was like, dude, you shouldn't do that. He's a snake. He's gonna backstab you. I feel like I was feeling that way. Like, I was feeling like it was gonna go that way. The second... Because I know Ethan's a little edgy. Sometimes he goes out of line. I had a feeling these guys would fucking backstab him. Because Ethan was trying to change as well. He stands by him through everything. The second that now Ethan's getting harassed, Idubbbz does this!
Years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast.
Why are you introducing Ethan as if 6 million of your subscribers aren't his as well?
Where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas.
All sorts,
he's had
like
a show
who?
with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
No, as 100 Schaefers use trans women, I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these horrific...
Oh my gosh, we're doing this. This is exactly what it is. That's exactly what this is. This is an hour. Thanks for sending the sound effect, dude. It's gonna be an hour of more fucking Israel-Palestine. All of the shit I know about this conflict, I didn't want to know. I didn't care to know. I'm not gonna lie. This is not something that I delve into. All right, I'm not too much of an actually political guy. As much as hard as that might be to believe, like I know a very surface level amount. All right, I did not choose to learn this shit. Fucking play the video.
Horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally, and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dancing offended.
This is so bad faith, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the comedy guy is doing comedy, and the political guy is talking political. Shocker.
Settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings, and the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time,
Ethan's being funny.
The goof guy. And that's fine. You know, we don't expect Ethan to be a...
And who are you, though, Idubbbz? Don't you see the hypocrisy? Like, who are you? You are the goof guy. What were you doing in 2019? Like... Like...
an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening.
To be fair, the clip I played was from 2017, but still.
To them, his wife's Israeli. She served in the IDF.
Yeah. She served mandatory service. When you're born in Israel, you don't have a choice. She served in the IDF mandatory. It's not because she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna serve in the IDF.
Obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow...
No! You think Hassan's audience is politically savvy?
Hassan is strictly...
I don't think you watched this video. If you watched this video by Ethan Klein,
don't know.
you would understand how unpolitical... Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. I think H3 just won by default. Because look. The content nuke. The content cup, yes, has more likes, but has like triple the amount of dislikes.
Klein gave $6,500.
Like, he didn't watch this video.
A political streamer. So this is something...
Or if he did, he's just retarded.
They're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this man...
What's wrong with that clip? It's true. The river, that's like the whole thing, right? The river, that's the whole thing. That is correct. That is just objectively true. That's not even an opinion. That's not even an opinion. Oh my God. What was wrong with that? You just played a clip to fuck for fun. What?
Massive progressive audience that Ethan.
Wait, what did you just say?
Going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience.
And do you know what else is massive?
You know what's crazy?
He sided with Hassan because of money? Maybe. I don't know, though. I feel like he could have just... Because his whole thing was, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to make... I feel like if I say anything about the situation, it'll be worse for my friends. Then drops a fucking video talking shit about them for an hour.
That Ethan has, adopted over the years. They're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it, not on leftovers.
Dude, I can see the boogers in your nose, bro.
Talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that.
Sam Hyde actually like melted this guy's brain or something. Something happened. Okay? Because there was a shift. He, like, this guy's brain is gone.
When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are.
Okay.
So he's having this back and forth.
Literally, like 5 seconds after that clip, they corrected him.
With his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lee.
What do you mean, 5? Okay, he silently unfollowed Frogan on Twitter. She makes a huge deal out of it. Denims deserves it. Hassan asked for it. And you didn't have to get... All you had to do is when your editor started saying crazy shit about this guy's wife, said this isn't true, they're good parents, and left it at that. That's all you had to do. That's why you're involved, guy. Okay? So he's not just picking fights with everybody.
And Denims and all these dipshits. And everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking dork.
Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it.
Do it.
And people... Oh, no?
No, do it. No.
It's all culminated...
Fucking Dan.
For my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's...
No, you burned the bridge.
I've been keeping to myself.
I feel like Ethan's...
I don't have...
Listen, the gloves come off when you start involving family. All right? Full stop.
Any nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help. Maybe if he stops harassing other creators. Maybe if he does these things.
Harassing other creators? Where is he harassing other creators? You've yet to show an example of him harassing creators.
Eventually, he'll find peace and we can, rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke.
You releasing this video eliminated any chance of you guys rekindling your friendship anytime soon, and you know it. You are a fucking horrible friend to make a video like this. Horrible friend. You had every chance to talk about behind the scenes and disavow what your editor, your editor would say. If he doesn't talk about his editor in this video, it's fucking, I will leave.
Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Idubbbz.
Why are you making public statement? Oh my god, dude. This guy's lost it. He's lost it. I don't want to get involved. Let me make a public joke about it. I miss the old Idubbbz. Straight from the go, Idubbbz. Oh no. This guy's just fucking dumb. You're dumb. What happened to you? Did the tattoo ink get to your brain? I don't know. You're asking.
He's a good guy, but I don't like this tweet. It's stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like,
Yeah!
this guy's evil, and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also, he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there.
Oh, he brought the burp back. Yeah, burps are funny.
I used to work with this video editor named Froggy Tom.
Okay. He's bringing... Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, disavow it.
I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that.
Ethan Klein, do you really think putting yourself, your crew, and your audience in a Semitic competition over a petty, you're old, I'm right, you're wrong obsession you cannot get over is the right strategy? Stop tormenting yourself, man. Listen to Hassan is the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. If anybody tells you to listen to Hassan, fucking run. Run for it.
You know, like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some
Notice how he says that. Oh, it's your former editor.
truly mean shit.
Okay.
He called Hila the C word.
Okay, first of all, Yoav Gallion is not a good guy, but Palestinians do not learn to hate Jews at 2 years old, and you know that, all of that, you cunt. Dude, that's...
He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point,
That's fucked up.
discovers that I...
What's the pictures, dude? You're trying to, like, show, like, bad pictures of...
Idubbbz' former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem
if he says it has anything to do with the fucking dumb streamer Destiny, I'm going to crash out. I'm gonna crash out. If you take the Hassan, oh, it's all Destiny argument, I'm gonna... That's it.
Ethan was discovering this content...
What the fuck?!
...through Twitter, looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such...
Why did you blur that shit, dude?
...way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trip.
Who are you to talk about how he runs his business? You can't run your own business. You lost $200,000 for fucking charity, dude. And I tried to support you. I want a refund, frankly. You lost $200,000 for charity. Who are you?
The hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interaction?
He did it from his Reddit, which is how it's just where like the podcast like things are brought up.
And posting on the Reddit when there's no work being put into who the fuck.
Oh, I'll tell you how it happens. I'll tell you exactly how it happens. He was just paying for luxury galas and fucking photo opportunities and shit outside of the fighting event, which caused him to lose hella money on the fucking event when he should have been focused on the card and the charities, not anything else.
Is the person on the Reddit?
Okay, this guy named Icarus Drowned. Okay, what is...
Who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on...
I don't think he knows what that means. Whoa.
Seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. Like,
you're using the Snark as a source? The Reddit that's trying to fucking ruin his life? You're using that as a source? Icarus Drowned is a lifelong destiny. Oh my god! Oh my god. Get that out! Stop! This is not your angle. Destiny is really your angle. I called it. I called it. Who deleted his post history and started slowly posting on H3 to manipulate the community. Okay. Do we know this? Is this verified?
Like, I've seen this account before. This
This is an unverified claim. I don't believe it.
has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that...
Like, this is just a non-argument, though. You don't know that, first of all. They've scrubbed the Reddit history. Okay, show that proof. Where's the archive? Where's the archive? Okay? We need more than just a Reddit comment from a bad faith Reddit. The top 1% commenter from the most bad faith Reddit that's tried to ruin this guy's life. Why would we trust that place? Okay? We have to use some critical thinking skills here, Ian.
He needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO
True.
of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Okay, the first one was true. Okay, the first part was true. He's a terrorist supporter. When you have a Houthi terrorist on your stream, a South Sky Houthi, and you give him a love bomb bubble bath on your stream, you are a terrorist supporter. Okay? If you don't want to be called a terrorist supporter, then don't fucking be a terrorist supporter. Now, the second one, yeah, that was a bad, that was a joke. Yeah.
Terrorist supporter.
Like, that's true.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the two podcast streams where Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
You are!
This guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like she's.
Yes, when your friends are being under attack, after they've helped you with so much, after all of that, and then your editor is saying this shit about your friends, you are supposed to do something. You're supposed to be like, hey, this shit isn't true. Stop her. Like, once the CPS and shit is getting involved and people are trying to ruin their lives, that's when you move. That's when you move. That's when you get fucking involved.
IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idubbbz feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
You just said it was there! You just said you were like, oh my, you literally just said that you were looking at it. You're like, sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't. You cannot tell me that it's not on your feed now. You've lost this argument. You've lost the argument before you even made it because you fucking told us what was on your feed. Oh my god. This is 11 minutes of absolute horse shit.
For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know,
this is a horrible.
I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out.
No, I'm starting to think this was a great idea. I'm making fantastic points. This is actually great.
By my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How is he having a... Do you even know what crash out... Look at that fucking face, dude. Dude, can I make fun of him? Like Leafy style? Look at that fucking face. Look at that forehead. Oh my god. Just God, dude. What the fuck happened to you, man? What the hell happened, man? I want to make a content cop on you. I might. Fuck. That would be nice. That'd be funny. That would be funny. But, God, dude. You're just so dumb.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Hassan's the type.
He's right. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them damn shoes?
The dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
On a 30-second delay on your stream.
That's okay. That's funny.
These shoes do not go.
Why is he wearing girl boots, dude?
I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Didn't y'all do that? That's weird. I'm sorry.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, wait, how does he know I'm watching?
Dude, bad empanada mentioned. Dude, if he has bad empanada... sorry, am I funny? Like, Idubbbz, I burped. Do you think bad empanada gets a mention? The crazy dude who was cosplaying as a terrorist to try to kill Ethan's wife, Hila?
Already.
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty...
Do you think he's involved?
Beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you.
Cameron of 305 drama content is here, chat.
For the things that you've said and done. And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
What? Or maybe they just agree with him, or just simply don't care to get involved, or maybe they're supporting their friend who's being harassed for nothing. Maybe you care way too much about fucking Twitter follows, like Frogan did when she crashed out after he unfollowed her.
They don't want to...
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I was thinking about buying the fucking After Effects template for Drama Alert and just making like, when it's like fuck off alert or something.
Throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit.
You are.
I'm spineless. I'm cowardly.
True.
Because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment.
It's not because you're following someone on Twitter. It's because you endorse that person because of A, you work with them, B, you just admitted you like some of their takes, and C, you were unwilling to publicly disavow them because they texted and asked them, hey, can you disavow this fucking behavior? And he said nothing.
They have mobilized such an insane harassment.
Ian, you're a piece of shit.
Group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make...
I gotta say, Ethan getting skinny made him look a lot older. To be honest. The loose skin makes him look a lot older.
It seemed like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually...
What? What? People gaslit you when you apologized? What does that even fucking mean? Gaslit you when you... That sounds so retarded, dude. What do you mean? Because you apologized for nothing?
Like the #1 type of harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by Idubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet...
What's this edit?
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional.
No, but no, you don't get this argument, dude. Because he did. And he got shit for it, for people like me. Because I was like, dude, this is not, like, he got shit for it because, like, he was being a really good friend. And honestly, I gave him credit for it in hindsight. Maybe I shouldn't have shit on him for it. However, I feel like people knew that you were going to snake him out. It's not transactional, dude. It's called being a good fucking friend. The reason he brings it up is because it shows how fucking shitty you are, and you think it's transactional. Oh, I don't have to be a good friend. Only I get all the benefits of having a good friend. I don't have to do anything.
Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
Then you talk to him about
I don't
that.
think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking
I agree with you, Ethan.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic. I basically just said, like...
Yeah, because you learned empathy at fucking 30. You learned empathy at 30 years old.
Probably not that important that this video stays online because, truthfully, I've seen it perfect. I never did. I think only in these past couple of years have I gained the ability, empathy, and I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic.
It is pathetic.
At the age of 32, I've acquired empathy.
It is very pathetic. It's very pathetic. You've acquired empathy at 32. I guess I haven't acquired it yet. Maybe that's why I don't. Maybe at 32, I will understand this video and acquire empathy. You fucking Muppet, dude.
No, you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and Denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends...
Well, Denims is an awful piece of shit.
That kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like,
I felt empathy at like 4 years old, dude. Okay?
Actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, you imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during the stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre.
It's fucking weasel, dude. I don't want to...
It's basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards
Sometimes?
Adam McIntyre needs to just, like, disappear.
I agree.
The guy is a piece of shit, like, of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him, like, the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement, too.
Yeah. What is wrong with any of these clips? There are, you know what's funny though? Because there are so many clips of Ethan you probably could criticize him for that I have in the past. None of these are it. There's so many clips of Ethan and Hila that you could probably criticize. All of these are fine. What all this is telling me is Joji won. Ultimately, George Filthy Frank won. And Max and Chad as well.
I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting. It's a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's baby until it's you.
Well, they didn't have to. They weren't friends with Trisha. They had an ongoing beef with Trisha. And she literally says that in the fucking clip that you show. Why would she go out of her way to say that then? They're not friends anymore. Like, your point is moot because you were friends with Ethan.
Useful.
That's the principle.
What is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of
2 years, but go on.
Pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like...
It probably was because they didn't like each other.
Like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that.
Can I dislike a video twice? Oh my god, this video fucking sucks. This video is so bad, dude. I'm sorry, dude. It might be time. Chat, it might be time. I don't know.
And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation.
I'll decide by the end.
It's just incredible who
Maybe there's some silver. Maybe this could flip on its head real quick. You know, you don't know.
Who ends up being the good guys in this story? You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet.
They're not, though. You are morally grandstanding right now. What you said that you wouldn't do. You fucking muppet, bro. You fucking idiot.
Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also,
you're not! Look at you right now! You fucking idiot!
How the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in.
Dude, you know a thing or two about the past, don't you? You know a thing or two about the past. I think you know about the past. I think he knows a thing or two about the past. Hold on. I might get in trouble for this one. I think he knows a thing or two about the past.
For me and for like the first time I tried to, like, he didn't like let go.
Ones to see Tana. Say Nick.
I think he knows a thing or two about the past.
Say Nick.
Yikes.
But
nah, that shit was so funny. He should do that again. I wish he did that. I wish he did that again.
Olivia, you're friends with
No, I'm
him,
just kidding.
and you don't have to say anything. But like, what a fucking piece of shit! What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some.
That was
fucking
based.
clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit. Okay, Olivia did not do anything, and
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee?
You had the past for so many years, bro. You used to say it all the time.
To get that treatment, because then you'll just see me as an ally, or is it because Ethan is
Your pass was revoked.
afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
and also I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who
Honestly, this video would be so much better if he just said the N-word in it. You know what I mean?
my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation
Just
where
kidding.
you end up getting hate for no
I'm
reason.
just kidding, Chad.
Also, don't frame it as like other
It's a
people
joke.
making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people.
How? There is employees, dude.
Acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you.
I'll play Idubbbz saying it.
Like,
I
oh,
won't
how
say
can
it.
she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are
Ugh. The Grinch and the fucking dog, dude. The fuck was that? Yeah! Dude, that is not what she looks like. That is not what she looks like normally. Where's that one picture for a creator class? It's just, ew. They both got these fucking crazy tattoos, bro. Ugh. What happened, bro? What happened, man?
are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is
You are.
scrambled. My
You are
intention isn't to
spineless.
throw the employees under the bus. Like, you
Well,
guys
then why are
serve
you
as
doing
the
it?
Fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years.
No, I haven't
How
gotten any
often are you
tats yet.
supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of
Like, what even is the angle? Hold on, let me get my drink. What even is the angle? What's good? I should unmedicated stream more often. I prefer streaming like this, actually. I like streaming like this better. Dude, just fucking
It seems like it.
Shut
And
up! I didn't ask you to talk. Bruh. You want to know why I don't stream? You want to know why I don't stream?
That's exhausting.
Shush! Bring back alcohol streams one day, I will. You want to know? This is why. That's why.
Do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it, and that's exhausting. I don't want to confront
15
my
people
boss.
in
It's
this
not
bit.
my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah.
What?
Friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, cause like, why would
Hey, Jack Mehoff, come on now.
I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was gonna stand by you. That's insane.
It was that, but that's not the principle, Ian.
Absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish.
No, she's like 8% lesbian. She's like 8%. She like pretty much, didn't she tweet about it or something? Did she like post her fucking 23andMe or whatever?
For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. As part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now out of all the—
But you're acting like Ethan is an Israel defender when he is quite literally not.
times to be like, please defend me. No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Like you're pretending like he defends the IDF or something.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
Like,
just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean.
But he literally said they backed that one. They backtracked on that one later on in the same stream, saying this wasn't true.
I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So
the problem.
What happened, man? What happened, bro?
Saying it.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
In her chat,
Yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims is
Denim.
actually participating.
Okay, why they're not even talking about following? They're not talking about follow or equals endorsement or anything like that. They're not even talking about it. They're not even talking about it. They're not even talking about it. They're not. Did he say that? Maybe I'm wrong. Hold up.
With people like Denims.
I know.
In her chat,
Yeah,
which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denims
Denim.
is actually participating.
She's friends with Denims. They openly admit to being friends with Denims. This has nothing to do with Twitter followers.
And this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
Which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with them, then you're saying what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Hila start talking about this Denims character.
No.
Originally,
Horrible
the
person.
complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Hila for the past year at least. They only care about it now because...
But you wouldn't know that because you don't know what I see on my Twitter feed, apparently, or something. Like, whatever that fucking defense was. Horrible fucking defense. What is he even on, bro?
I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We are friends with Denim.
Ah, there it is! So your fucking point means nothing! Your whole point about, oh, a follower doesn't equal endorsement is I have to piss, bro. I have to piss, shit, and come. What is this? Your entire point is bullshit, and you just explained why. I'll be right back.
I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1, from the 1 to the 3. I met a bad bitch last night in the D. Let me tell you how I made her leave with me. Conversation and Hennessy. I've been to the motherfucking mountaintop. Heard motherfuckers talk, seen them drop. If I ain't got a weapon, I'ma pick up a rock. And when I bust your ass, I'm gonna continue to rock. Get your ass on the wall with your 2 left feet. It's real easy, just follow the beat. Don't let that fine girl pass you by. Look real close, cause strobe lights about to have a party. Let's get it started. Shake. I'm looking for a girl with a body and a sexy strut. Wanna get it poppin', baby, step right up. Some girls, they act retarded. Some girls are body. I'm looking for a girl that will do whatever the fuck I say. Every day she be giving it up. Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Come on, girl, shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Oh, girl, shake that.
Leafy, Rice Gum, Tana, Keemstar, and Jinx have the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world.
But I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Hila. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she's a good person like we think Ethan and Hila are good people.
But objectively not, though. She's objectively not a good person. She's not. She's a titty streamer Hassan waiting room who spews anti-Semitic and pro-terrorist rhetoric. And supported Ethan's kids being in danger. Like, actually wanted his kids to be visited at school by CPS over nothing.
Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both...
It's not a tricky situation, dude.
Good people at their core. People can have crash.
He's just brain rotted, dude.
People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention. I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other. Oh, it's about you. That's what this is about. It's all about you, and you don't think about so you're selfish and you're morally grandstanding.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
It's funny. I met Hassan at Idubbbz' event. That should have been the sign. That should have been the sign. I get the fist bump from Hassan at that event. I'm gonna release that video one day.
Well, you can't.
So funny.
So I already forgot about you.
I still have it. It's sitting in the vault and it hasn't been posted. Hassan, can I get a fist bump?
I actually have a lot.
Y'all don't know that I met Hassan? Yeah, I did meet Hassan. I never took a picture with him because I didn't want that coming back to bite me. But I don't have a picture with him, but it's me recording and then trying to get a fist bump. So it's like me with my phone, like getting a fist bump.
A lot of friendships that are kind of that way where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not going to make you guys like meet up and kiss or anything. I get it.
Dude, I'd kiss Denims for the Vine.
You guys are in fucking...
The OnlyFans titty streamer.
You're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you're Satan. You're the devil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty.
No! He's asking you to do the normal thing. This person who represents you, whether you like it or not. I bet if one of the H3's employees said something crazy, they would have to say something about it. When one of the people that represent, because whether you like it or not, when you are employed by someone, you low-key represent them. So you have to take accountability and further actions and do something.
Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that...
You shouldn't. If that's what you believe, and while they're getting publicly shit on.
sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
What? What?
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, "Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore."
Then
but that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay.
So they're willing to say that. Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore.
Anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Whoa! Yeah, this is bad. This video is bad, dude. This video is bad. This video is really bad. Dude, why do you wait? Why not? By the way, he's hosting a boxing event with one of H3's employees being a fighter. I don't know what's gonna happen. You sabotaged both of your recent events. You've just sabotaged Creator Clash 3. I'm not going. I was thinking about going. I'm not going. There's no way I'm going to the next one. Sorry. You failed the last one. You fucking totally failed up Creator Clash 2. No fucking shot.
And maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future.
I'm probably banned from the next one anyway.
Where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now, but you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not
watch that hand gesture, dude.
Blasting me.
I mean, this stream is gonna get me banned from the next Creator Clash.
On your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have had your editor blast them everywhere. Or I guess your former editor. Sorry, Ian and Anissa.
I would be fine with you not brigading my comments.
I don't want to go to their fucking botched charity event because last time they lost $200,000 instead of giving it to charity.
Section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do.
You're so raped, dude. You're so raped. Why do you act so raped?
And instead talk about Vampire's Kiss.
At least say something like, he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty.
You acted like it.
That's such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment.
Then say it! Then fucking say it! Why didn't you say it initially? Then just fucking say it when they asked you for help. They did it for you.
It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi...
This is the clip. This is the clip.
Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers.
It's the same clip.
Fucking anti-Semitic.
Are you defending that clip, Ian?
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people.
Who is he harassing?
Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on. They're very blind. Let's not get into this shit, okay?
Fucking to
argue with. It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself. In terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like, you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay?
Where is this going?
That is so bizarre and insulting to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant.
You guys were best friends for 10 years. You made all kinds of content together. What are you talking about? A light friend. Hey, loca. What do you mean a light friend? Literally, 4 years ago, boom. Featuring Idubbbz. Featuring Idubbbz. Featuring Idubbbz.
I have, and I've realized it because
what is your empathy,
I
dude?
Can't help myself but like feel for other people's pain and suffering.
Where's that? Bullshit.
Hanging out with you, I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I agree. I agree too.
Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground.
That's what this video seems like. Is this video any different? That's what this video looks like. Like, I don't know. That's what this video feels like. Right? What?
It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted and I feel defensive and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you. And
oh, so you're doing the true friend thing for Ethan by standing up for all the people that fucking hate him and harassed him and got his kids CPS. I hope you bring up the CPS shit, dude. You should bring that. You should bring that up. The Giardia shit.
And a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Hila are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us.
This is
It's
awful.
Like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying fuck you. You guys are being bad. You know,
You're being bad. I am the moral arbiter. You're being bad. Isn't this exactly what you apologized for here?
And I justified it because on this channel for very lackluster reasons, and you know, obviously didn't happen, at least not anymore. There was a time where I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people
like who is like
who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student,
Mhm.
but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
marching with the black students and
I mean, why is it inspiring?
Okay.
Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza
Yeah.
until I found out it's
Until
dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the
True.
cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If any
How is that harassment? To criticize Hassan? Is criticism equivalent to... This is the same shit that you-know-who was trying to say that I disagreed with. That, like, the criticism does not equal harassment, dude.
anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our kid
I'll show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry, I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people's shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you
Yeah, because it's unwarranted.
as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be
which
commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is clean, they're, you know, they're
Yeah.
actually good people. Like,
It's
that's
not
gonna
hard.
get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids.
It pissed Denims off a lot. But I don't know if you
didn't kill
respect
their
her. I
dog,
don't.
And Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have Giardia or whatever the fucking the prompt is. No
Then
one would
say
care.
it.
The only person who would care is me because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog.
No one is expecting you to be their lapdog. But we're expecting you to disavow someone who represented you and who was saying that kind of shit about your best fucking friends who defended you at your lowest point, dude. It's not that hard to comprehend. Are you just that retarded?
That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
Okay, there you go. Now you guys aren't friends. That's why you guys aren't friends. You don't give a fuck about your friends, so you're a shitty friend. You're spineless. So he stopped being your friend. End of story. No need for this video. That should have been the end.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Okay, if you didn't give a fuck, that should have been the end. Done.
difficult and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are?
He expects to know them based on you guys being friends and assuming that you would stand up for like harassment, like based on what you said in your I missed the old Idubbbz video, literally saying you don't believe in hate and harassment. They're getting in-person harassment. Their children are being harassed. Yeah, he expects that to be a part of your principles because you laid them out. Unless that was not true, to stand by them. The fuck?
I get, like, we're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list.
What?
We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as
based that
bad
one
as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan.
Dude, get her fucking. Can we get some? There we go.
Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan.
Here he goes again. Following equals endorsement, apparently.
Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, daily dose of internet, is anti-Ethan? Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're gonna wanna avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to
This is
people
such an
collaborating with
awful
Hassan
argument.
because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base.
And do you know what else is massive?
Sorry.
Also, you can still follow Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Nissa's and Idubbbz feed.
It's important.
And do you know what else is massive?
It is
massive. Yeah, massive. I mean, I'm seeing like.
Why is it still playing? Anyways.
And people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan.
This is an awful
Ethan really
point.
doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan.
This just doesn't. Oh my god! It's not that. It's that you. It's not just these people. It's the fact that you're openly friends with someone who is saying all this abhorrent shit about his family, and you're not doing anything to counter it. You're spineless. You're just proving his point further. These people have nothing to do with it. You guys. They're not like. They're friends of the show, but they're not like best friends like you guys were.
Ethan is a coward. He's
No, you're a coward.
Bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that
such an
people that
awful
he
point.
respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst.
The Bill Burr. What are we in 2017, dude?
Fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content nuke,
I actually saw a really interesting video
Who the fuck is that?
about you, man, and I don't know that I'm.
Big back, big back, big back, big back. Yeah, my back is loaded up with snacks and different foods.
Even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no!
It really
Sorry.
kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah,
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever.
you don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just gonna tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward.
We don't even know if, like, directly association, but sure, whatever, okay.
It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job.
Yeah, it's a comedian, though. It's not his friend. You're his friend. Notice how he didn't crash out like you wanted him to?
You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone.
Oh, he's the,
It's not
oh.
just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this, like, middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want.
It's only men. You like to separate that kind of
Burn
shit,
bridges
I'm sure. Fucking Muppet.
with. Although he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people,
This guy was actually, like, gross. Like, he was having the guy, like, the bad empanada dude on there, who was, like, saying all this abhorrent shit about, like, killing Hila, his wife, like, saying horrible shit about
This
Hila.
guy, Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning.
Well,
this guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic. And he interviewed a fucking, basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot
You are.
of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack. He thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know
I mean,
that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're...
I hope he fuck it. Dude, that'd be kind of base if he sues Idubbbz. So he's suing this guy, Noah Samson, who basically called, like, who basically defamed him, but I don't know how I feel about that, but for all the shit that Noah Samson has said and done, I want him to feel some terror, right? I think Nicholas Diorio said something like this. Like, I want him to feel like, to be financially scared. I totally agree with that. Because, like, he definitely deserves to. Because, like, you can't say shit like that. Like, there's some shit that you really should not say about people as fact without being a little fucking nervous about your fucking wallet. All right? And I'm glad Ethan is suing Noah Samson. I don't even care where it goes.
We're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video and you've got an audio.
Why are we talking about the button? I love this button, dude.
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Dude, how fucking obsessed do you have to be to get the fucking button clip of every single button?
Like, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll go on. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy.
You can literally see his weight loss journey throughout all this.
Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal. Of all the things that
Anywho,
it always surprises me what you think.
The button cuts out the past, like, I think it's 10 to 20 seconds of the content, and replaces it with like a loading or like a waiting screen, which is so funny. I want one of them so bad. It just like it cuts it out.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, "Yes, do it."
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy.
Oh! He's bringing the... Please show the clip. Please show the clip. This clip is so fucking funny.
With cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change his behavior, he spent $20,000.
What? It was funny.
Dan and Hila were like, we would kill button that right now if we could.
Oh, okay. He's got to show the clip. He's not going to show the clip, dude. He needs to show the clip. It's so good. It's not rusty on an open so fucking funny. Hold on. I gotta show the clip. I gotta show the clip. He's not gonna show it because he's a fucking coward. Oh fuck. I hit the wrong thing. He's gotta show the clip. Okay, so this person, QT Cinderella, and this is okay, it's kind of fucked up. She's crying because people are making AI porn of her, and that was bad. They should not have done that. It's obviously really bad and awful. And for some reason, I'll just let it play.
Why?
Ethan had the giggles, okay?
Why?
What is going on with you?
I know, sorry, don't mind me.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves, if you are able,
this is so good.
If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually.
There's one chick in this, she's like so pissed off. Their face is so priceless.
You guys are crazy.
Why did you do that?
Zach, what the fuck, bro?
You're evil. You're fucking evil.
He apologized. Like, right? He later apologized. He later apologized. But I'm sorry, that shit is so funny. And yeah, it's fucked up. He shouldn't have done it. Yes, I agree. I know. He should have done it. It was fucked up. But it was funny! I'll defend it, okay?
I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the
I
button.
need this button.
Okay.
You
What? Button for that? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong?
Dude.
I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think that would be so fucking funny though, cause it leaves it up to your imagination. Like, hit the button, cuts the last 5 seconds out.
Unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time.
And this is a horrible argument from you because you make pre-recorded fucking videos and your podcast is pre-recorded. So you don't need the button. You can cut it out and you criticize it. Like, why isn't the video live streamed, right?
But if you don't have it, you
like, you clearly need a button. Hold up. Like,
they're
that was a lot of it.
Into. So when they see Ethan say things,
What?
Was being presented as if this.
You're all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it,
this is a horrible
you
argument.
operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today.
Then why is this video an emotional dumping ground, dude?
You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase Goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with Goblin mode, actually.
How is that excusing shitty? I'm sorry. That makes no sense.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled
big back
state he refers to as Goblin mode.
I do not call myself Goblin mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now? To all victims of Goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
You are Goblin mode today. You're Goblin mode. Look how many times you paused the
I'm trying,
video.
bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, you know, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child.
Says you. You took 32 years to discover empathy, according to you, okay? You have no room to talk about this.
Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment.
Who are you to talk about a business, dude?
You possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that. Okay.
And guess what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter to you, dude. This doesn't matter.
Okay. What she did was abhorrent. And by the way,
just don't listen.
The
your
buttons
critique of
music
her
is so good.
It's just you know, people are sensitive about women being called that word, and so
like, how pathetic are
Bitch.
you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people.
He was right about that, by the way. The person he's talking about is Bo Blacks, and he goes by any pronoun.
Go ahead.
No,
and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just... Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a...
Korean.
Oh, Dan, come on. You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POs. God.
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't
There's
work,
nothing.
and we
What
listened
the
to how
hell?
he spoke to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude. It was nasty, and it didn't have this.
Oh, I
caveat
remember
of,
this.
like,
This is so
"I'm not mad
stupid."
at you. It was anger.
It pretty-
and it was uncalled for.
All right, let's see this raging anger that we're about to hear, chat. Spoiler alert. It's nothing.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I was just talking about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it?
You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand off the. What? Okay, well.
heard all that.
Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it.
Like, that was nothing. I agree with you, Expose Machine, dude. I totally agree with you.
He immediately wanted to.
Like, that was nothing. That was literally like... I really just don't see the problem with that. Ethan wanted to go home to his kids. So he was like, dude, we don't want to finish the show, okay? Thank you.
And he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you
done,
do,
and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it
I will make a content cop on him one day, maybe.
is, and
I know.
it makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button.
I've thought about it before.
Me, dude. Can you imagine that button f***ing me over? Like,
You guys are trying to... Dude, but the force is fucked, though, dude. Like... This guy's fucked the force up. I can't, like, content cop is such a dirty name to it because of what he's done. I would love, when I get bigger, like, I'm in the gym, once I'm big enough, I should go up to Idubbbz and be like, no, can I have a button? I'll button that one.
Like that.
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who?
I fucked you. A lot of people are fucking. I'm fucking right now.
Fucked you. You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What are you
Making it
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know
you've
you
done,
do,
and
I
I
know.
loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that
type
photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid.
It's okay because I buttoned it.
Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
Just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well,
Well, you just asked how it changed
Surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's.
And why? I just don't get how Idubbbz is trying to tell Ethan how to run his business or his show. It's not his show. Like, okay, maybe that's the point of content cop, whatever. But what I'm trying to get at here is, Idubbbz, you failed at running a business. You have no room to talk. Like, if maybe if you are at a point in time where you didn't lose $200,000 for charity and made good content still, you would be able to have this position. But you're not. You're not there, dude. It's over. It's over. It's over, Idubbbz. Wake up, Idubbbz. It's over. Okay?
You know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily. In the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotion.
So fucking what? Even though this is pretty inaccurate, even if that was the case, so fucking what? It's his show. Those are his employees. Yeah, he relies on his employees to do work for his business. What? What? Real? Idubbbz. Spot on observations, dude. Crazy.
Emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but
I
Ethan
can watch my Strange
refuses
Editions
to
one
give
day.
it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk
What's
about
wrong with this lesbian and Beninese lesbian and these employees, bro?
like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about
I've already seen that one.
it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much. All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him.
They can leave. Don't you understand that this is not slavery? We know he knows a thing or two about it.
Saying it.
This is not slavery. They can quit the job. He's not bringing any... AB wants to be on there. Lena wants to be on there. By the way, who the fuck are you? The Lena from H3 is fighting in your event. What position are you putting her in? This is so backward. Oh, I feel so bad for the Lebanese lesbian people. No, the fuck you don't. Look at what position you're putting them in. They were having like a panic attack from what I understand yesterday.
Because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest.
So what position did you put them in? It's more important that you get this shit off your chest. Do you understand how much of a bumbling fucking hypocrite you sound like, dude?
It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 Goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Demon mode!
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the Goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you.
Because it was a beautiful thing for fair use on YouTube. It was a beautiful thing. And he won that shit. W fucking Ethan. I got a fart and I don't want y'all to hear it. There. I got my flatulence out. Fucking play the goddamn video.
The underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you
I'm
guys
fine with
to
it.
read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
I don't know how it's gonna go, to be honest.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends.
Who the fuck said that? He does a show with a bunch of his friends. How does he have a deficit of friends? Okay, he's losing you, sure, but you were a spineless fucking coward anyway. I don't think he lost much. I don't think anything of value was lost, Ian.
You have a surplus of enemies.
Fact, you know what? I'm doing it. It's over. Sorry. See ya, Idubbbz. It was nice. He's gonna go under dude, he might go under 7 million. He gained? Oh no. Is Hassan's audience supporting this shit? He gained yesterday. But he's been losing and gaining, so he... Future projections. He's gonna go under 6 million. On my, like, in July, he's supposed to... Or go under 7 million. By the way, this guy made millions of dollars being...
You feel really bad. You
edgy.
feel hurt. But you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter,
that are harassing him and calling CPS on him and endangering his children. Yeah, I think he has every right to sue. In fact, I support it.
like
Why are we so afraid? Listen, I get frivolous lawsuits are stupid and they should be denounced. I'm fully in support of denouncing frivolous lawsuits. However, that doesn't mean the form of lawsuit should be denounced entirely. There are some good reasons to have lawsuits.
I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can...
No, we're not going to cancel anybody. Come on now. We're not. That's not 305. Come on.
I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of...
If you enjoy this content, so be it. That's good for you. But I don't get it.
power. You have a ton of options.
If you agree with this guy, I don't get it. I think you might be fucking stupid, but we're not canceling.
You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point? Like at what point?
Exactly.
I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, you know, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile.
He's not, by the way. He's not a pedophile.
And KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
Bald dude, man. He's so fucking bald. Shout out to Dan. This is good Dan. Other Dan. No.
there are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy
Online.
now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I was
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on his based on his
Well,
looks.
at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
It's a funny joke. You should not be criticizing comedy, Idubbbz. You haven't been funny in years. You have not been funny in years. You actually used to be funny. You used to be hilarious. When you were edgy and being ironic. You were being funny.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is
I miss it when this guy understood irony.
it's Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Yes!
Made a video that was critical.
Oh, dude. Now, speaking of pedophiles, this guy has got the Amber Alert mustache. Look at that. Look at that Amber Alert mustache, dude.
Of Ethan and other content creators when
Fuck
they're
this
talking about
guy.
Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and
the way that Noah talked about Ethan and Mudahar in his fucking video was awful. It was awful and wrong and defamatory. I'm in full support of Ethan on this lawsuit, even if I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
Weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able
Man.
to extract out of it.
This shit sucks. Chat, follow me on Twitter.
you are not accusing him of committing any crime.
And subscribe.
Or doing R words.
Follow me on
anything like
Twitch.
that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Samson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Samson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intention
Oh, dude, you gotta do the Hassan thing. Where's the,
is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Seder, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to.
Nah,
He works for
fucking
with
Sam Seder or Joe.
majority
The approved Jew.
report. I respect him and what they do there.
He kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to...
Yeah, because you're just like, you're putting people into categories. Like, oh, go talk to the approved Jew, the Jew that we like. Go talk to this Jew that we like. That sounds really fucked up.
Suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
Like, imagine if I had to get all my takes from half-breed Native Americans.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Seder. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to.
Dude, for the first time in a long time, I'm getting more viewers on Twitch than YouTube. That's crazy.
I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other
This is
Jewish
good.
people?
Make sure to follow me on Twitch!
You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews
that
at
it's
large
great.
view it. I don't think that is the...
What, in what position are you to even say that?
It's not
Speak for my
motivated by
entire ethnic
myself.
group.
Yeah, but...
motivated by
crazy to me.
Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Both... these takes aren't mutually exclusive, Ian. That makes no sense, Ian. Now I got 5 on Twitch and 5 on oh, they're equal now.
Ethan,
I had 6
don't
on
know
Twitch.
what to fucking tell you.
I'm
This
at
is
5 on
like
Twitch.
step one of having a leftist ideology is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about the situation?
Yeah, but how is one person representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
Like, you just don't understand. Oh my God, Idubbbz, you're so fucking retarded.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk.
So don't talk about Jews unless you're talking about our approved Jew here. You can talk to the approved Jews, otherwise don't speak on behalf of Jews. This doesn't make fucking sense.
To someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly
go talk
be
to our
someone
approved
who
Jew.
is of your same gender. I think Ethan
You just don't. It has to be in groups. You can't just have conversations with normal people.
understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch, though.
She is.
Yeah, you can.
She's
What
a
do you-
fucking,
okay,
You're right. I call her see you next Tuesday.
Listen, what do Lena and Sam think about it?
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
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 I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be
Yeah.
in consensus that
We
it's
are.
in poor
Sorry.
form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
Dude,
The
shout out to the
infantilization of
audience.
Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child.
Chat, am I allowed to call certain women bitches? Certain women, not all women. Not all women are bitches. Let's be real. Chat, one in chat if I'm allowed.
He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership.
Not this stream, Captain McDrizzy. Maybe in the future, though.
Started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit? For hours talking to
This,
guy?
okay, we finally have reached, we are 51 minutes into the video. We have reached the first good point. I agree with this point, actually. I think Ethan should have done more research into Hassan beforehand. However, he apologized for it, and he talked about it later on. And I don't necessarily think he had to apologize for it, but, I'm not against, I'm against, principally, I'm against deplatformation. So, I think that's just stupid. I think it's like, it makes sense to have conversations. I'm pro conversations. And, however, I think Ethan playing ignorance on Hassan's social views is a little, I don't know about all that. I even said that when I first watched the Content Nuke on stream.
You didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that.
You are not going to defend him saying America deserved a 9/11.
It's just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right?
Was this a joke? Hey, Ian. Hey, Ian. You remember this one?
Saying it.
You remember that one, Ian?
When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked.
He just defended America deserved 9/11. Okay, it's so over. Did I already unsubscribe? I did. Okay, cool.
Made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route,
What the
you
fuck
shouldn't have
happened to
done it.
Idubbbz?
But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
What?
This is another weird thing.
Oh my God.
Israel. This is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never. I don't believe that that's ever been stated, and I don't think Israel ever explains that it's.
Wait,
like,
what?
I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden, they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say
Oh,
Habibi tier list.
okay, I gotta piss before we talk about this. They're gonna talk about the racist tier list. Okay, cool. He's gonna talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Sabra, okay, yeah, we're gonna get into this actually, before he makes the stupid fucking hummus argument. Before he makes the stupid fucking hummus argument, because I'm sure he is. A person born in Israel.
Sabra.
So it's actually a brand of hummus, and that's what they tried to say as well. But you need female help? Go get some bitches on your dick. Maybe if you got rid of that all yee has haircut.
I got it. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots?
Or you can take it from Robert.
At TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it anti anti-Semitic.
Tier list them, and we're going to need your help to discuss.
Literally at the good one, Arab, and the bad one, the Jew lover.
Us and figure out
that's
who can
fucking
say
racist.
Who can't.
And also, like, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it a slur? And then love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't. Tier list. list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural
I'm sure he knows. He's the king of knowing this one.
amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim
When I think of the N-word, I think of Idubbbz.
people. Like that is a word that's used. Habibi. It means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi.
Dude, can you be saying Habibi, dude?
Or Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way that these Arab content creators,
White. The hijab's throwing me off. White Jew.
can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation.
And do you know what else is massive?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Making a tier list based on race. And nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab.
That is what it is. You cannot say that's not what it is, chat. Like Idubbbz, you cannot claim that's not what this fucking is.
Which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
This is racist.
Yes!
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing, but Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker.
I mean, you know what my take is.
We can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they are white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about
super fucking white, dude.
Arab shit on their tier list?
So
Ethan?
cringy.
You're the white guy? You think you're more white than Hassan?
I think I'm more white than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like, Hassan, okay, actually, he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an
Dude, how did he somehow get more racist than when he was saying the N-word?
Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel.
And the thing is, he's not even joking this time. Like, back then he was joking. He's actually not joking this time.
Again, people underestimate just how, like, mixed Israeli culture is. Like,
we say Habibi.
He needs to go on another, like, a black person podcast and apologize again.
In Israel, yes, Ethan. Another
He needs to pay people reparations again.
evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not.
Well, what is this argument, dude?
Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the U.S. So what are they left with? They're left with
This video sucks.
Relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole...
Are there any conditions in which this is not an anti-Semitic tier list? Exactly. Like, there's really not. The top is Arab, the last one is Love Sabra, which Sabra means Jew, an Israel person.
whole thing is after using...
If they had a white person at the bottom of the tier list, then yeah, sure, maybe it's not anti-Semitic. It's like, it's still a racial tier list, you know?
able to get these Arab...
You don't think that. You disagree. That's fine. You're welcome to disagree. I feel like it's a racist tier list.
...creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days. He goes on...
Sabra literally means a person, an Israel person born in Israel.
To talk about how bad Sabra Hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody prefers Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
And the fact that they're trying to deflect this into an argument about hummus, like when clearly that there was supposed to be a double entendre there. It's very obvious what they were doing.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is
Sabra.
fluffy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes.
As a basic white person, I feel like it's still like it's a shitty thing to make. Like there's no point in doing it. And the people they had on there, like even in the thumbnail, the people in the bad tier were like what it H3 had it on his continuity. People in the bad tier were 2 Jews, Ethan Klein, Ben Shapiro. It was all Jewish people, right? The people at the top, you know, were the good guys, right? I personally think they did. It feels like that's what they were talking about, especially in the middle of a contentious world situation. Hi, Circus Baba. Welcome. I feel like that's what they meant. And Twitch also ended up feeling that way because they got banned for it. Like, it was not... I personally disagree with you. I think that's exactly what they meant. And plus their actions outside of that tier list have shown that they've been pretty bad faith.
And eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah. I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israel.
I just feel like this is such like a fake concerned troll ignorance. Like he's feigning ignorance, right? It just doesn't. This is a bad argument.
Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know.
And Rose, you're welcome to disagree with me, but even if you disagree with me on this point, the rest of the video still sucks. Like everything up to this point has been completely awful, hypocritical, morally grandstanding, and spineless. This video is absolute dog water. And you better close that fucking mouth. Look at that.
Oh, his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
Oh. Yeah, it's hard.
Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures.
He's going the Zionist route.
Embracing their own culture.
How? In what way is Ethan Klein a Zionist, though? That like he's pretty open about supporting Palestinians. He's pretty open on a 2-state solution. And he's pretty like. I think it's nice spin on the content landscape. It's about politics and more about Ethan's behavior. I disagree. I think this like tricked me into watching another fucking video about this conflict I didn't want to watch. I disagree. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. I respectfully disagree, and I think this video was awful. I think Ethan's content nuke was a lot better, and I think everything in his content nuke is a lot more validated. And it seems like people.
And instead,
a lot of people agree. A lot of people disagree.
Thinking that is an attack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where
we're bringing this up
they were
again.
reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important way.
And I'm saying this as a former Idubbbz fan. I've been a fan of Idubbbz up until I say I'm officially no longer a fan today. Okay, that picture I have with him, it's on my shadow box somewhere. It'll be taken down one day. That's sad, because I liked Idubbbz.
Wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie
I went to Creator Clash.
Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda.
Oh, is this the 10 out of 10 apology?
Of psychology in Seattle. And Ethan got an A+ rating.
Yeah.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Perfect.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score? A perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make...
Does he not understand that this is a bit? I feel like comedy has been lost on Ian. And look, to go back to the tier list thing, because I think you pose like, okay, there could be a feigned ignorance there. Sure. Right? I'm willing to hear that argument. But you have to all encompass everything. And that's the same thing with Ian's understanding of comedy as of recent. He's just lost the plot. He doesn't understand any irony. He's being ironic.
Right. 10 out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint?
Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is actually best apology, so. Ethan Klein, you guys, oh my God.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from
what the
an
fuck?
A to a B at least. So I went to visit psychology in Seattle.
Where's this part? Where you're in the police uniform talking over the green screen. Where's this part of the video? Where did this go?
An A to a B at least. So I went to visit psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying. And, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Is that going to be in the content deputy?
Xander!
Probably get pretty low marks.
Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, Idubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it.
Is he going to change it? No! Don't take the score away!
Where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy.
If he doesn't change the score, dude, Ian just wasted a trip to Seattle for a bit that didn't fucking work, and that would be so funny. And especially if he puts it in the video.
That when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize.
So he selectively shows clips to get this guy to say something about Ethan's behavior.
To evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay.
So this was for nothing.
Internet, anyone can have their own official apology rating system, so I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping.
Yeah, you would know a thing or two. You got your ass beat twice in both of your fucking events.
Needs.
You're not even fighting in this one.
Important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops.
What? I think you were pretty fair in your older Content Cops for the most part. You were criticizing someone.
That I think should have been and probably would.
How are you going to be fair to Rice Gum? Like, what?
Wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves.
Like, explain how he's going to be fair to Leafy. How are you going to be fair to Leafy, Ian Jamha?
All of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice. And
This video
caring.
hasn't been funny. Where are the skits? Where's the fun shit? We have 2 minutes left for you to fix this, dude.
About him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet.
Shut the fuck up, Denims. I respect, you know what, Denims, you know what I respect about you, bro? You're not afraid to show your cleavage online, Denims. You're not afraid. You know what I respect about you, Denims? You're not afraid to tell people, to show blatantly false information about Ethan Klein on the internet and call him a bad parent in order to get the CPS called on him and harass his family. I respect that so much about you, Denims. Shut up.
I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the
Who are you?
crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just have
Matt Lieb, I think when you're waiting for Lincoln talking and platforming people who want to kill Ela Klein, I think that's when you're at your best.
some fun with your friends.
Like
I
the
think
fuck?
that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic.
You're a live streamer, Frogan! You're supposed to have shit off the cuff! This is like a less than 30-second statement. Okay, this better be a long statement if you're writing it down. Why'd you have to announce that you're reading it off? God, I don't like this person.
H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stung. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
That's what you needed to write it down for? That was nothing! You sounded like a robot still, regardless! You fucking Hassan waiting room? Dude, she's eating good this week. She's gonna have 600 viewers instead of 4.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good.
Noah Samson? Oh, this guy? This bad faith asshole with the Amber Alert mustache?
And I think he's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he
This guy's the one getting sued, chat.
did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucking up. Fighting it, changed
Oh my god, dude. What a backhanded fucking...
for the better. And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like,
boy.
Fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of
What the fuck is happening? Why are you crying, dude? What you... This was the image that I saw on Twitter. Oh god, dude. Why are you I was waiting for this one. Why are you crying, dude? Oh, dude, why are you crying? Why are you crying, Idubbbz? Why is he crying? Why are you crying? I agree with you, Rose, and that's why I say they should have handled this in private. Ian should have easily been able to defend his friend against harassment from CPS and shit like that. That is so wrong. He should not have been dealing with that. Like, this should have been between them behind the scenes. I agree with that. But Ian should not have been so afraid and spineless and a coward. Because someone who formerly represented him, his old editor, was saying that kind of shit about his wife and his family that ended up getting the CPS called on him. And people that he's friends with were saying some of the most horrendous shit possible. Okay? You have to be able to stand up for your friend. And I feel like Ethan has every right to be upset with Idubbbz. And I think Idubbbz is a shitty friend. I mean, to respond to that, Rose, he did say they tried to have a conversation, and he said he just wants them to, like, say, hey, we are not shitty parents. We don't we have a clean house. We treat our kids well. That's all he wanted Ian to say. And Ethan was out there like fighting for Ian when like he was going through his shit. I feel like it's a fair statement. I feel like it's fair. I feel like I get it. Right? Like I feel like this isn't like crazy.
Ethan and Neil, like fuck, like
why is he fucking crying though? Like keep this shit offline, man. Like come on. Okay, let's see what he has to say. What nice do you have to say about Ethan and Hila?
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil, like fuck, like it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them.
So you're just saying, oh, fuck them for defending you? Like, what the fuck? I get if it feels like a weird condition, but at the same time, you have to understand the position that they were in. His friends were encouraging harassment against him. So I totally feel like it's justified. When you're a ride or die friend, I'm on Ethan's side, man. It's really hard. Like, I just don't get it, dude. This is so cucked. This is so bitch made, dude.
To be like of Ethan and Neil,
like he's fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil, like fuck, like it's really hard.
Turn down the fucking music. I can't hear what you're whimpering about, man.
Be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like,
this
okay,
is just
like
so it's so bad.
If that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where
this is like 6 or 7 years old, dude.
It's gotten worse and worse.
You want to bring up 6 or 7 year old clips? I'm fine.
Say. I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more pulled up. A feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way.
This was an awful video. This was a horrible video. This is a horrible video. Alright, so there's a lot of Twitter reactions here.
Israel has a right to defend itself. It's ridiculous. Okay, what do you mean Israel has a right to defend itself? Big.
Well, what? It does. It has a right to defend itself. It's a very complicated history, you know, but they were established after they were genocided by Germans, and like it did displace people. So I think that there needs to be a two-state solution with reparations going to Palestinian people in a new Palestinian state. But like, yes, Israel has the right to exist and defend itself. Okay, it's not a hot take.
Dog, it's been 18 months. Like, it's 18 months of genocide.
I know that Bernie doesn't believe in the 18 months of disproportionate response, but they do have.
Okay. Friendly reminder that she wished PTSD on U.S. soldiers, thinking it was funny, and Twitch only slapped her on the wrist. So fucking true. Where's the clip of his wife pressing him on live stream about wearing diapers because he shits? This is real. Where is the clip? There it is.
Well, I want to ask Rajor a question first.
Okay.
Rajor.
Wait, we should get Rajor in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you can.
Well, if you can. I just want to
Yes,
ask
you
him if
can.
you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
Well, I want to ask Rajor a question.
What a weird thing! Ethan's reaction to Frogan. Oh,
Frogan, what a nightmare.
wait, she. Oh, so he's reacted to it.
Ethan, wake up.
Oh my.
I know he saw like that it happened.
God, Frogan, what a nightmare. Talk about a jump scare. This man willingly got in a room with Frogan to make a video about how I can't. Bro, I can't. How is this real? This is like, am I dreaming?
See? They told you to wake up.
I think I do need to wake up. This is surreal. Idubbbz was literally like co-signed Frogan. The girl who said, I hope fucking veterans get PTSD.
Wake up.
Wake up.
The girl who put on a...
Wake up.
that was sent from an electronics place, and it's the full-blown Quran. Some of you guys didn't bat an eye when I broke that Jesus VHS over my knee, but I know there's gonna be a lot of people in the audience just cringing when I my money.
He fucking did. Oh my god, dude. Oh my. Yeah. Oh, the memes are so fucking good, dude. I hate Augie. What happened, bro? Come on, man.
And to be quite honest, it's very hard to look at.
Frogan cries on stream and ponders if karma is real. She said she's okay with losing her career over Ethan's bullshit because she stays true to her morals. Karma will make it its way. Hard to believe. I've been constantly against genocide and uploads. Okay, what does that fucking have to do?
Karma will make its way. To me, it's very hard to look at it that way. I wish I had that point of view. You know what I mean? Because you see the shittiest fucking people at the top. I don't know if I believe in karma.
I thought you were saying something nice about Ethan. Nicholas Diorio says you should not support Creator Class 3, instead donate directly to charity. I agree.
To point out how Ian fucked up a charity event and somehow was able to start another one. It's unheard of. Nobody fucks up a charity event the way that they mishandled all the funds and then gets the opportunity to run that back. You have to be God's chosen YouTuber to be given that grace, to be allowed to do that in a way where the internet doesn't maul you. He has to realize the bad press that's going to come from this now, right before his new charity event, which, by the way, I wholeheartedly think if you're going to quote unquote support charity by watching Creator Clash, you should just pick 2 charities on the list of people who are supposed to get money and just send it direct and don't support it.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm telling you straight away, do not support Creator Clash.
Yeah, don't. I agree. Hey, Hassan, we appreciate you purchasing our software to delete the tweets, but we really prefer you don't exploit women instead. I would love to go hang a Diddy circle entourage and trickle down, bang anything thrown his Hassan!
I got it. You have your passport.
What the fuck? Content was a lot of processes. I feel partially tied up with Creator Class 3 and all that. I would let it marinate in my mind. Any official thoughts? I have one right now. Denims looks really... Dude. Fucking... Okay, yeah. Okay, so, yeah. That's it. That's the,
Palestinians are
that's the content cop. Let's look at the, dislikes.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly...
Ooh! That went up substantially. Yikes. That went up substantially. So yeah, that's that. Wow, this was an awful video by Idubbbz. I honestly, I don't know what I expect more from him. I don't know if I expect him to do a content deputy, which is his follow-up videos. He probably will. This is gonna be a forever war between those two. A content nuke on Idubbbz would be crazy. I might make a content cop on Idubbbz. This video was awful. This was awful. I can't support you anymore, Idubbbz. Sorry. This shit sucked. But I'm here for the drama. I'll be covering it. I guess I've signed up to cover this shit now. So that's what we'll be doing. But that's it for me today. I love you guys. Take care. Thank you for watching. Be sure to follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, stay tuned for more. And I'll see you guys next time.